everyone, welcome to my channel Love Grows Tarot. I'm here to do a tarot card reading for the sun sign of Sagittarius in the month of September. If you like these readings, please subscribe. If you want notifications of upcoming readings, please ring the bell. Comments are very welcome. I will leave any and all descriptions in the description box below. Follow me on Instagram. I do a daily reading there, along with tarot tips on Tuesdays and some spreads for the full moon and new moon. I do take donations. You can go to paypal.me/lovegrowstarot and you can leave them there. They are greatly appreciated and they always go back into my craft. These are going to be general readings. They're not going to resonate with absolutely everyone, and the energy and themes in these readings will also take place in the future. So please feel free to come back and review these readings at any time. I begin with 3 opening cards. One that represents the past, the present, and the future. And just sort of see what kind of energies are lingering there, and what they are trying to, the information they're trying to give you at this present time. Then I follow through with the rest of the reading, and then I end with a subconscious card, what your subconscious is really trying to tell you at this moment. So let's get on with this reading for the sun sign of Sagittarius in the month of September. First card will be from the past. What energies from the past are making their appearance? I am guided by my tarot cards and I'm guided by spirit. So basically I just keep shuffling until the appropriate cards present themselves. This is how I do my readings. So the past. What energies from the past are making their way at this point in time for our dear Sagittarius to reflect on? The past. Energies from the past for Sagittarius. Dear Spirit. So it's coming from a major arcana, and it's coming from the card Death. So death is all about transformation. It's not quite as literal as it seems, but it's about transformation and it's about changes. Things that you've outgrown, things that don't longer serve your best interest, and now you're sort of in a time of transformation. Allowing you to flow from one area of your life into the next area of your life. So this is coming in from the past. So the past, you may have had a transition, you may have had a big change, and perhaps the follow through on this big transformation has not been taken care of. In other words, you may have dropped the ball in some cases on these changes that were going to be beneficial to your growth and your expansion, and you might feel that you're sort of back in a rut or back into the same behaviors or the same habits as the past, and it could be the past continually repeating itself. So you're not really going anywhere. You're just kind of setting yourself up for something, and then it's like 2 steps forward and 3 steps backwards all the time. It's kind of that kind of energy if this card's coming in from the past. So this is something that you need to reflect on, meditate on at this present time, because transformation needs to happen, and you might be resisting it, and it's still lingering there for you. These are life lessons. These are the major arcana cards, and these create significant change in one's life. So if it's something that you have been in denial of, time to review it and just sort of see what's going on and try and move forward and try and transform in the way that the Death card would have wanted you to transform. All right, the next card is going to be the present. Energy's coming in from this present moment for you. So we have the Lovers. So that's really nice. That's once again, it's another major arcana card. So you can have a big month of changes. You're already starting with 2. The Lovers is really about passion, about it is a connection with somebody, and it's going to be a very open, honest connection with this person. Being your true, authentic selves in front of each other, and just allowing for that. For each other to just be themselves. And so that kind of connection is getting harder and harder these days to find, because people are very judgmental and people are very set in their ways, and people have these sort of ideals, and so There could be a connection for you at this present moment. It's going to be a very strong connection. It's also a very spiritual connection. So the person that you meet might have the same spiritual needs, or just the same spiritual ideas, thoughts, feelings. It's also the universe is guiding this union as well. So the universe has your back in this one. So this is something that's coming in the present. So for some of you, you might meet somebody and have a very, very strong connection, a really deep-rooted connection. For others, it could just be something that's very, very passionate that you're doing, and now it's sort of growing and evolving and becoming something that is really consuming you, but in such a way, it would be like having a career that, you're just so passionate about, and it allows you to be yourself, and it allows you to grow, and now it's expanding, and now it's part of your whole life, which is really, really exciting. So that's the energy from the Lovers card, and that's coming through in the present for you. Now let's see what's going on in the future. So going back to the past card with death, if it is something that you have been denying, some sort of, and you know deep inside that there's some changes that you could have made, or there's habits or behaviors or something that's sort of keeping you stagnant, then it's really time to step up to the energy of death, to make that transformation and to move on and leave things, let go of things, and because hanging on to things is not necessarily good, and it's not going to allow for the Lover's energy to come in, because then it's going to be the people around you feel that it's not allowing you to have that magnetic energy of allowing good people into your life. It might be creating a repeating kind of energy of these same kind of people that aren't necessarily good for you, or these same kind of things that aren't necessarily good for you, are just sort of coming back and repeating. So really, really take the time with death. And for the future, we have the Seven of Pentacles. So the Pentacles are all about finances, your possessions, your worldly goods. This card is really about patience. Seeds have been planted, and they're beginning to grow, but you have to have the patience to allow them to grow in their own way. And you can't rush them, and you can tend to them, but you can't force them or rush them. So this is going to be something in the future. If you are the type of person that gets distracted by many, many things and starts one project and then another one comes along, and then they sort of shoot off to the next project and leave that one behind without really letting anything really, really grow to its fullest and to its full potential. This is something that you have to watch out for in the future, because this could be something that is around you, and it could be something that if you do have the tendency to just be distracted and sort of run off from one place to the next place and do the next thing, then it's really going to not cause you problems, but it's going to get in the way of a lot of success, especially when it comes to finances and your material possessions. All right, let's continue on with the rest of this reading. And patience is a virtue, so that's going to overflow in all sorts of areas of your life as well. So that's always something good for all of us to practice. Practicing patience is a virtue. So the next card is another major arcana card. So this time it's the Moon. So we have 3 here. So like I said, there's going to be some big changes. You're going to be going through some deep thinking thoughts. Things are going to bubble up, and you're going to really sort of tune into some deeper issues. The Moon is about cycles. For those of you who follow the moon cycles, if you have sort of gotten off that path, it might be a good idea to get back on it, because the way that the moon changes is in its cycles allows you to have times where you're putting a lot of energy into something, and a lot of times when you're resting and retreating. And it's just a really nice rhythm, and it works with the rhythm of our bodies, and it's a really nice way to really sort of go through life. The moon is also about facing your fears. So facing those fears that you might have, left. It could be with death too, because this transition, maybe it is something. Maybe it's your ego fears that have gotten in the way and haven't allowed you to transition, and now you're stuck with it. But the moon's all about facing your fears and building up enough confidence to walk along this path. So we have this little crayfish here. It's coming out of the water, which isn't really, land's not really its element. It's a water-based creature. And now it has to follow this path under the moon. So the moon is just a reflective light. The moon reflects the light of the sun. So it doesn't have that glow of its own. It's reflecting. So it casts mysterious shadows because it is a light in the darkness. So a lot of that really builds up the fear. But this little guy has to crawl up here and get through the two towers, which the two towers are in death too. So right here, let me grab that for you. Yes, so there's two towers right here, and the path goes through there as well. So it's basically the path, and it's continuing, and so you're still moving forward. And these are the paths of opportunity, of next level awareness, of growth, of just sort of being the best that you can possibly be. So this is going to be happening in September. And then we have the Four of Swords. So this is a nice card, but it's asking you to rest and retreat. If you meditate, this is awesome, or just any sort of spiritual practice that rests your mind so you can really sort of contemplate things. Like I said, there's lots of the major arcana coming through for you this month. So it is going to be a time where you're really sort of into your deep thoughts, really sort of feeling things and thinking about things in a deeper level. So meditating is awesome if you have a meditating practice. If you don't, try and start one. Connect to your spirituality, rest and retreat. For some of you, this isn't necessarily a literal card about somebody passing, but offshoot, for some of you, maybe somebody has passed and you're going to be going to a wake or something, and it's, of course it's in a church, and so that's there for some people, but mostly this card really is about rest and retreat and going in and introspection and delving deep into your thoughts. Like I said, this is all the energy of the month of September for you. So let's continue on and see what else is going on for you in September. So we have the Ten of Cups, which is awesome. Now we're sort of changing our energies around. And the Ten of Cups is happiness. This is like one of the happiest, brightest cards outside of the sun, which is the major arcana. But it's really about having a happy life, a happy family, just feeling elated because everything's it's just joy in the sense of just pure joy. For some, you might be moving out to the country. You might find a perfect place out in a really nice area of the country, or just, a really nice place to start to raise a family, or if you have a family, to take your family there. It's just a very joyful card. So there's going to be a lot of joy. And, if these big cards are helping you, sort things out, it's all sort of, there's another energy coming through to you in September, and it's a really joyful energy. So this is what death is all about. Death is that transformation, and death wants to take you to a better place. And, death wants you to have the kind of energy that Ten of Cups is giving you at this time. So what else can we find out about September? So you have another major arcana. So now we have 4. So the star is your belief system. It's about faith and hope and believing that the universe has your back, believing in a higher power, and believing in yourself, to motivate yourself, to keep yourself going, to allow you to manifest, to do all these great things that you want to do in life. You really have to believe in yourself first. You can sit there and believe in other people, but that's not going to do anything for you. You really have to. It's like love and self-love. You have to love yourself before others can love you, and you have to believe in yourself before others can really, really believe in you. So that's the star. Those are the energies you're gonna need to work with as well. That's really gonna help you with the moon too, and this whole transition thing. So then we have the Three of Wands. So the Three of Wands energy is you longing for something. You're a Sagittarius, so adventure is something that you desire and freedom to move around. So I mean, you might be planning new vacations. You might be planning on moving somewhere. You might be planning just on going and trying something completely different. You might go to a different country and move there and do something, or you might go to just anywhere. Just you might change your location. He's very casual. He's got bare foot, so it's not going to be like. It's going to be more like a dream kind of thing, you know, and it might be a destination where you are a lot more casual. Like maybe you go off to a yoga retreat or something, or maybe you're getting into that business or just things like that. It's a very like motivating energy, the Wands, and it's a very like entrepreneurial kind of energy, the Wands. So there's going to be some opportunities, but your desire is going to take you someplace. It's going to want you to move and go somewhere. So that's going to be on your mind as well in the month of September. What else does Sagittarius need to know for the month of September? The month of September for Sagittarius. We've got another Wands. This time it's the Two of Wands. So the threes first and the two second. So the two is really about establishing your ideas, and the world is your oyster, and getting your ideas together and your plans together, your goals together, your focus together. So this is your desire to get yourself out into the world. This is as well, but this is more in the planning stage. This is more in the moving stage. This is actually making the move. So your desires to do something, to change locations or go to a different place in the world or do something is going to be very strong, followed by a real sense of putting down some goals for yourself or coming up with an idea of business. You know, that's also going to happen to you in September. So write things down if that's what you want to do. You've got some great ideas for some business and you want to take them around the world, or however you're going to get yourself there, even if it's social media and you're setting up a new kind of company or a new kind of way of doing things. Maybe you're going to go on any of the platforms and just go live and start, doing something there. That's going to be, those opportunities are going to happen in the month of September for you. And they're going to be very strong, so make sure that you set a really strong foundation for yourself. What else does Sagittarius need to know about in the month of September? We have the Page of Swords. So now we're getting into people in your life. The swords are the air signs, so that would be Aquarius and Gemini and Libra. The court cards don't necessarily have to represent the specific signs of their suit, but that's always something to take into consideration. And the pages are youthful. They could be an older person with a very youthful personality. They could be younger people. They could be that kind of energy. They're also messengers. So this would be messages of through communication, because it is the swords, and the swords are all in your ideas, your thoughts, the way you think, your communications, your expression, your truth. So something could come through to you, some sort of message. It may come from a person, and the court cards are people in your lives, people coming into your lives, people around you that inspire you. So you might have if it's not somebody that you know giving you information, it might be somebody that you run into, meet for the very first time, go to any kind of lecture or event and hear some inspiring words. The Page of Swords also has a energy of being watched. So with this Page of Swords is looking out of the reading. So it might be a swift energy that passes through. So it wouldn't be anything that is sticking around too long. It could be a message, and then the message comes, and then the messenger is gone. So watch out for pages of the swords for you in the month of September, carrying any kind of messages. The next card is another Major Arcana card. So this is the Hermit. So the Hermit is all about knowledge, higher education, mentors, and teaching, which is right up your alley too, because that's kind of like you're ruled by the ninth house, and the ninth house is travel and higher education. And that's where the adventurous side of you comes in, is on the traveling, and then the more spiritual, philosophical side of you is more into the higher education and attaining knowledge. And that's what the Hermit's all about. But the Hermit is also very independent, being isolated in a sense, but not being lonely, just sort of like removing yourself and maybe taking some time to gain more knowledge in some areas, or maybe a teaching position is going to come up. Maybe that's what the Page of Swords is trying to tell you through here. Maybe you're writing a book. Maybe you as a mentor to this person. So yeah, this is all about knowledge, and once again, it's a major arcana. So these are going to be something that these are going to be the things that are popping up for you in September. So you might go back and be like, oh, I really have this deep down feeling to, get more knowledge about something, or just sort of, take the time by myself to really process, a lot of information. Maybe I want to take some time away and write, or even if it's journaling or something like that. This is the kind of energies that the Hermit is carrying for you in the month of September. So far you've got a lot of big cards happening here. So we have 5 right now, so that's a pretty big number for the amount of cards that I do in my reading. So yeah, you're gonna be feeling a lot of change and feeling a lot of need to just sort of go within and really introspect about what's going on in your life and where you want to be, and how you want to be and who you're with. And so it's going to be big thinking themes for you throughout the month of September. Okay, so what's the final card in this part of... So the last card in this part of the reading is coming from another major arcana. So there we have number 6. And this one is Judgment. So Judgment is when you arrive at your true, authentic self. You have completely acknowledged that this is how you want to be, and this is who you are, and I'm just going to be my true, authentic self, and I'm not going to try and be like anybody else, and I'm not going to let the negative experiences of my life shape me in any way. I am now... going forward, it's like an aha moment. It's a very spiritual moment, because when you do get to that point where you can strip down, as everybody is in here, when you can strip down to being your true authentic self is when the magic happens in your life. Because then you can go forward with no regrets, no resentments, no feelings of rejection, no judgments, you're liberated basically. And this is death again. That's the kind of energy death wants. When death is, trying to give you that transformation. He's trying to direct you, through the tarot cards and into Judgment, because Judgment is after death. Death is a part of the process in the tarot cards. And Judgment comes right at the ending, when the world comes and you have finished your journey and you've gone through these life lessons, and you are now up to the next level of awareness. So this is Judgment for you. So really do your work this month, and take these energies and just really use them and work on them, and then just really be your true authentic self, and really start creating practices, and really sort of creating that energy that's going to bring those the lovers to you. Bring whether it be the lovers in it as a passion, as a calling, as a dharma moment, or whether it's actually a person that is the best fit for you and is the best fit that you've ever experienced. Working through these cards will bring you those kind of energies. So coming from the last card is your subconscious, and we have the 4 of Cups. So the 4 Cups means that your focus is on those 3 cups. And that can be complacency, where you just feel like you're just nothing's enough. It also can be 3 emotional events or something emotionally connected with the number 3, and your focus is on it. And what you're missing out is the gifts. The universe has gifts for us, and they come in all sizes and all packages. And if we focus on victim mentality or lack of mentality, or just feeling like things are never good enough, or I'm or having that mindset of like, why should I do anything because nothing ever changes kind of thing, you have to change that mindset. So your subconscious is telling you to let go of things. And that's what this whole reading is about, really, is about letting go and allowing yourself to grow. So your subconscious is there knocking, and it can be from emotional levels. So maybe you need to also release some emotional baggage that you've been carrying around for quite a long time. If so, do it, because if the subconscious is telling you these things, then there's a really good reason to make changes. All right, Sagittarius, so that's going to be your reading for the month of September. It's going to be a big month with a lot of really deep thoughts and deep thinking, but there's a lot of positive energies in this reading too, so don't feel too worried about it. It's all going to be for the best. Once again, with the tarot cards and tarot card readings, these cards are not responsible for changing your life. They're just guiding you. It's really about the actions that you take that will allow the energies of these cards to come forward to you. So always remember that. And yeah, so that's it. I want you to have a great September. I know it's going to be pretty intense, but it'll be good. And in hindsight, you'll be so happy that you took the steps and the initiative to work on yourself. So stay safe. If you like these readings, please subscribe. And if you want upcoming notifications, please ring the bell. Comments are very welcome. I'll leave descriptions in the description box below. Follow me on Instagram. I do a daily reading there. #LoveGrowsTarot. I do take donations. You can go to paypal.me/LoveGrowsTarot and leave them there. They're greatly appreciated. They go right back into my craft. So any donations are very useful, and just allow me to grow as well. And that's it. Once again, stay safe, and I will see you again next time.